Laugh at the threats, child. Laugh and get on with enjoying your life. I do. Follow your heart and follow your dreams. I have the choice. I have the power upon what I'm going to focus on. And I'm not going to focus on the fact of what I lack, because I've learned to be satisfied in whatever state I'm in. I have learned the secret of contentment. And it's not focusing on the negative at all. Making thousands of thoughts every day, whether we realize it or not, whether we're conscious of it or not. Remember, one of the things you were to do this week was to stop and observe your thoughts. Points throughout the day. What am I thinking about? Did you ever notice if you stopped and did that, you were feeling certain things, and you stopped and said, well, wait a minute, what am I thinking about right now? And you were able to associate what you were feeling with the thought that you were thinking. And sometimes if it was a negative, hopefully you turned it into a positive thing. But you were able to observe your thoughts. And one of the things that we're trying to learn how to do is how to control and to direct our thoughts, that we can't even, if we don't learn how to do that, we're not even going to be able to think about being able to control or work with the circumstances that we find ourselves in. We gain control of what's going on up here in our thoughts, then we can affect our reality. Now, there's three qualities that are so important that we have to have, that are absolutely essential and vital for us to successfully transform our mind. One of those is decisiveness, decision. We have to make a decision that we are going to do something. Not only that, we have to make a decision about what we want in our life. What is it that I want? What kind of person do I want to become? What kind of person do I want to be today? What kind of person do I want to be 20 years from now, especially as it relates to my character that's going to then be reflected in my conduct? What do I want to see in my life? What about in my vocation? Where do I want to go in my vocation? What do I want to see happen in the circumstances in my life? There's no limit from the standpoint of what we can visualize and seed and plant in our minds as to what we would like to see God do. And if there are times when we begin to focus on certain things that may not be always God's best, He's not going to be all irate and upset. He has ways to then direct us and channel us in a different direction where we can begin to see what even is better than what we thought that we might have wanted or desired for our life. But we have to decide that. We don't need to sit back and let life decide that for us, or other people decide that for us. We have to decide that in cooperation with God. What do I want to see? And you see, as soon as I make a decision, there is a part of me that is activated and set into motion that is vital, and that is my will. My will. Now I've made a decision, and now I'm taking action to do something, and it is activated. Now, a lot of times what happens is our will and our imagination are opposed with each other. Our will says, I want this. I decide I want to do this. But our mind is thinking something completely different, especially as it relates to something negative. Not positive, but something negative. And it's beginning to have conflict there. See, our mind and our will are in a conflict. And here's the thing. Whenever your mind, your imagination, and your will are in conflict, guess who's always going to win? Your mind. How many times do you see yourself and you think in your life, what, just like this. People make New Year's resolutions, right? 99% of the people have already failed at that, They've already just blown it already. Their will says, I want to do this. I want to change this. I want this to be different in my life. I'm going to do this. But in their mind still got old programming in it that's telling them, you're not going to do that. You're going to fail just like last year. You're not going to get past this a week. You're not going to get past this a month. And all these negative things. And then before long, they miss a day or doing something. Then they miss two. And then all of a sudden you reinforce that. See, you're not going to do it. Guess who wins out? Your imagination, your mind, not your will. They need to be working together. So the first step is so important, yes, is making a decision and being decisive, but then you've got to do something. You have to take action. It's not enough just to desire and decide, I'm going to do this, but then you have to step into it and take action. That means doing the work, doing the practice exercises, doing the things that you're given to do, and practice those things. And here's the thing, there is a payoff for doing the exercises. There is a payoff for training your mind and disciplining your thoughts. And here's the payoff. The payoff is always success. It is always leading to a more abundant life as you walk with God and achieving the goals that you set in your life. That is the payoff. We know that if we will commit to doing the things and discipline our minds and begin to work with our minds, there's a payoff. And that payoff is always success. It is always abundance. It is always a transformed life in every single way. Read some information in the book, and that's all I need is more information in my head. That is not going to transform your life. You have to actively make a decision to do something and then step into it and take action. But beginning is always halfway there. If you just start, you're already halfway there. So you've got to make a decision. You've got to take action, and then you have to be persistent. Stay with it. Consistency. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. Oh, I've been doing this for 5 days now, and I haven't seen any change. And there are times when that process is faster. There are times when it's slower. There are times when it's just like kind of average long. There are mountaintops and there are valleys. It is a journey. It is a marathon, not a 100-yard dash. Persistence. Anything that you are successful at in your life or that you have to become accomplished at in your life requires you to be persistent at it. When you learned your ABCs, was it because you sat down for a week and went over it and that was it? Or was it in kindergarten, first grade, over and over and over? Same thing with the times tables. Over and over and over until finally one day you just got up and it came as natural to you as breathing, but because of persistence. It was ingrained into your subconscious. And the same thing is true with this. You have to be persistent and keep at it. You got to remember something, guys. This life is not a practice run. You got one shot. You're not going to get 2 or 3 shots and do-overs. This is not a practice trial run for you. This is it. And so take it seriously and keep at it. And you will see results. No doubt about it. You will see results.